Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. Yesterday I gave you guys a video, one of the topics was Achraf Hakimi from Inter Milan, and I did show you what I saw in regards to a potential move to Chelsea, Hakimi to Chelsea. That's something I never thought I'd be discussing, but the tweet in itself and the information that was given by the Telegraph stated that because of turmoil at Inter Milan. Now, I misunderstood that. I misunderstood it as Hakimi has turmoil at Inter Milan. That's not the case. Now, because I said Hakimi's been playing every game, it made no sense to me why we are linked with a Hakimi when he's playing every game. You know, he's not going to leave, surely. Everything is lovely jubbly over there. Well, it turns out the turmoil isn't to do with Hakimi, it's to do with the club, and it's to do with their finances and the fact that they might actually have to sell. So that's why the news has come out that Hakimi could be the guy and this, that and the other. So, you know, that is the situation. I thought I'd double clarify with you guys just to let you know, because I completely misunderstood it. In hindsight now, when looking at it, oh my goodness, that would be one hell of a signing, especially if he's at his peak and he's doing very, very well and there's no complaints whatsoever. Bloody brilliant, you know. Yes, it might have to cost us a little bit, but we'll see what happens anyway. Personally, I don't think that is a transfer that is going to happen, but we'll see what happens regardless. Anyway, before we get into today's nitty-gritty and what today's video is about, I'm going to ask you guys, if you are new, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded, hit the like button if you do enjoy this video. Let's get into today's nitty-gritty. This topic is a topic that I knew about yesterday, and I saw it come from a few sources which frankly are quite unreliable. So I didn't think it would be just for me to just start floating these about and start, you know, giving it popularity. And I didn't think I should give it any substance. Well, Fabrizio Romano has clarified the situation a little bit, so that makes me have to talk about it. Yes, that's Christian Pulisic. I saw the rumour yesterday, and I saw George Benson did a video, Jan done a video, Football Therapy. They both done videos on it, and I thought, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because personally, I don't see it. I don't see it. Well, Fabrizio Romano has clarified the situation. Yesterday, there was a rumour that Pulisic had been targeted by Man United, Bayern Munich, a couple of other clubs as well, that might be coming in for him in the summer. Now, Fabrizio Romano, on his Here We Go podcast, that is a podcast you want to check out, please, by all means, because Fabrizio Romano is someone with a lot of knowledge of what's going on in the current game. Fabrizio, on his podcast, went on to say a couple of things in regards to Christian Pulisic. Let's start with this. Christian Pulisic doesn't want to create any problems with his situation at Chelsea and will wait until the end of the season to see his future. If his situation continues, he will be one of the candidates to leave in the summer. This makes me a little worried, I'm not going to lie. And I know Thomas Tuchel just 2 days ago spoke about Christian Pulisic, and he was asked as to, is he a player that you're going to be using? Is he just an impact player? Like, what's going on? Because Pulisic, who was a main man, is now being used as someone that comes on for 20 minutes. And Tuchel did admit that it's his fault. Personally, him, Thomas Tuchel, not Christian Pulisic. Tuchel said, yeah, it's my fault. You know, especially with the situation at Dortmund that they had together, where even over there, at a time where Pulisic was still progressing, Tuchel used him as an impact player at Dortmund. So he did say there is a part of that is still subconsciously there, where he sees Pulisic as an impact player at the moment, but does know that Pulisic has a lot in his locker for him to be seen as one of the main men at Chelsea Football Club, much like we've seen from the season before, last season, especially last season from Project Restart. He was the main man. He got us out quite a few situations, and Tuchel has acknowledged that and does think that he can become one of the main men for sure, but it's obviously just going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of adjusting. Tuchel has still just arrived, even though it's been quite a few games now, but he is still new, and there are players that are on the sidelines at the moment that we know can become main men in the first 11. So we'll see what happens up until the end of the season. Personally, I don't see Pulisic going anywhere. I don't see it going anywhere. I mean, you know, frankly, I think he will be a key player under Thomas Tuchel. I do think he has all the potential in the world, and he's proven what he can do to be one of the main men. So I don't see anything to worry about, frankly. I do see Pulisic being one of the main features in this Tuchel team. and him staying at Chelsea. Remember, he is still young. We have to remember that. He is someone that I think is going to have a big impact, not just at the moment as an impact player, but going forward. I think he's got a big future at Chelsea. So, personally, I don't see him going anywhere. That's just my opinion. The same could be said for the rest. You know, you look at a Hakim Ziyech, a Kai Havertz, who's just been reintroduced. Pulisic will get that momentum going for him as well. He was out for a few games. He's now been available for quite a few games since Thomas Tuchel has come in. And yeah, I just think it's going to take a run of games for him to really get Thomas Tuchel's attention as, hey, you know, Gaffer, I'm not an impact player anymore, by the way. I am one of the main guys, so please. And I think Thomas Tuchel will acknowledge that. Sooner or later, he will. It's just going to take a little bit of adaptation, a little bit of time. We will see it up until the end of the season. Pulisic, I think, up until the end of the season, will be playing a big part. So we'll see what happens going forward. Now, Fabrizio Romano had a couple of other things to say on his Here We Go podcast. One being about our centre-back situation. Let's start off with that. Fabrizio went on to say this. Keep an eye on the other names, defenders in brackets, because they are planning with Thomas Tuchel for a player appreciated by Thomas Tuchel. So they will decide together. So, who are these names, you ask? Well, Fabrizio did clarify a couple of names for us on this podcast. Let's find out who they are. Here it is. Jose Jimenez is Chelsea's dream centre-back target for the summer. It won't be easy. He has a 120 million euro release clause. Sula, Boateng and Konate also on the list. These are names we've mentioned before. All of them. I've spoken about Jose Jimenez, I've mentioned Sula, I've mentioned Boateng, and I've mentioned Konate. I'm not surprised that we're still linked with pretty much every single one of them. Upamecano was on that list, but he's heading off to Bayern Munich, so good luck to him. But in terms of the main centre-back that we're after, Jose Jimenez, I don't think this is happening. I don't think this is happening for one reason. We're going in for Erling Haaland. It's as simple as that. There is no way. I will be surprised. Let me rephrase that. I'm not going to say there is no way. There is a way. I don't think Chelsea are going to take that way, though. To spend 120 million euros on Jose Jimenez and then have to spend 150 or 200 million pounds, not euros, pounds, on Erling Haaland. There'd be no money left. Realistically, there'd be no money left. Even Roman Abramovich, that would hit his pocket a little bit. So I don't see that happening. Yes, Jimenez is someone that I know we've been after for a season or two now. Someone that has definitely caught our eye. I think he's a favourite with Marina Granovskaya, if I'm going to be completely honest. But that release clause is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And frankly, I don't see it happening. When you got other names there, Sula, who might be third choice centre-back at Bayern Munich, you have to acknowledge that. Boateng, who we know is going to be available, but 32 years old, this, that and the other, I'm not really keen. Even though Thiago Silva at 36 is killing it. We saw Pepe for Porto against Juventus yesterday. He's 38 years old. He's killing it. So age isn't really a thing. But I think when you look at Sula, you look at Konate, especially, if we're not going to go in for Jimenez, I would go in for Konate. I think that would be the next best thing. And at a much cheaper price. Much more financially able when having to go for Erling Haaland. If we're looking for a centre-back, Konate is going to be our best bet. And he is a name that we know is linked with other teams, Manchester United included. So, personally, looking at that list, Jimenez, yes, fantastic centre-back. Injury prone a little bit, not too much of a concern to me. I think that is something that can be sorted out, but 120 million euros, no thank you. If we weren't going for Haaland, if we had a striker situation that was cool, then yes, cool, we can do it. But if we're going for Haaland and we have to spend a lot of money on him, there's no way we're getting Jimenez as well. There's just no way. So what I would do, Erling Haaland, absolutely, who killed it, by the way, last night for Borussia Dortmund. He helped Borussia Dortmund reach the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to Porto and Malang Sarr, who is our centre-back on loan. And that's another thing. Malang Sarr is on loan. So when he comes back to Chelsea, and he's doing very well at Porto, well, maybe our centre-back situation might be sorted. We might not have to buy anyone. Maybe Malang Sarr will be the guy. We don't know. We'll see what happens. But it's nice that we have an option. That way we might not have to spend on our centre-backs and we can just go in for Erling Haaland all guns blazing. That would be lovely. But if we have to go for a centre-back alongside Haaland and alongside Malang Sarr, him coming back to Chelsea, Konate would be the guy that I go to. And there we are. That's the latest in terms of Chelsea, and come from a good source today. At least today I'm mentioning Fabrizio Romano. It doesn't get more reliable than that. So we'll see what happens going forward. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about Pulisic, his situation at Chelsea. Do you think he will go in the summer? Personally, I don't see it. I saw another thing earlier on saying Pulisic, Werner and Ziyech are all leaving. We will see on the first day of next season, when the first game of the Premier League kicks off, and we see all three still at Chelsea. Hopefully anyway, Pulisic, fingers crossed. That one might be a bit of a question mark now. But for all three, I think all of them will still be at Chelsea. But let me know in the comments, what do you think? And let me know in terms of our centre-back situation, would you go in for Jose Gimenez? Would you go in for anyone like that? Would you go in for Asula? Would you go in for Boateng? Or like me, do you prefer Konate as our next best option if Malang Sarr isn't going to be the one that sorts us out anyway? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Thank you for tuning in once again. Much appreciated. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button for me as it helps me out a lot. Thank you all so much. Keep your eyes peeled because next Wednesday I have a certain platform, a certain project, a certain thing launching. You guys are gonna like it. You're gonna like it. I hope you do anyway. I'll be surprised if you don't, but I think you're gonna like it. Keep your eyes peeled. Wednesday is the launch. Wednesday is the big day. The day of Chelsea Atletico. In my match review, I will be revealing all. So anyway, stay tuned and see what happens. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow for a brand new video. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. Take care and peace.